Hi, Sag. Sorry, I've got a bit of a croaky throat. This is going to be your joint reading for September. The cards on the top are the love relationship section of your reading, and the cards underneath are for the general side of the reading. Okay, so whatever those messages are, you can apply them to your particular situation in any area of your life. So, Sag, let's start with the center. We've got the Ace of Cups here. Now, yes, the Ace of Cups, it could be the starting of a relationship, okay? But the way I see the Ace of Cups is there is only one cup there. We haven't got two. The Two of Cups talks about you and another individual. The Ace of Cups is one cup. And the cup is full. It's full of love, feelings and emotions. But that's more about your feelings, your emotions, the love that you may be feeling. Yes, it may be love that you're feeling for another individual. But also, all of those feelings and emotions could be to do with yourself. Self-love, your own self-worth. It could just be that in September, if it's not the case for you, then the opportunity is there because the Ace is a new beginning. That there could be a significant change in your feelings and emotions. A positive change. Now, at the beginning here, we have the Seven of Swords. And, the Seven of Swords, whichever way we look at it, it's sneaky energy. It's somebody that is doing something, saying something that they're not being honest about. It can be the liar, the cheat, the thief card. And, in this deck, in the Witch's Tarot, if you look at his face, he's smiling. He's almost smirking because he thinks that he's getting away with doing something. But the Seven of Swords, especially in the upright, the person always gets caught. But then next to it, we have the Tower. And the Tower is a sudden breakdown, a sudden collapse of something. The thing with the Tower is it is the universe's way of getting rid of someone or something that we ourselves should have done and we didn't. Now, the thing with the Tower is there is obviously the opportunity to rebuild when the collapse has happened. But always bearing in mind that whatever this was, it was on faulty foundations. See, this Tower is linked to this Seven of Swords. Whomever that Seven of Swords is, whether Sag, it has to be said, whether it's you, whether this is another person in your life, the other person in your life, there's going to be a breakdown. Somebody could be being dishonest. The dishonesty is going to come to light. And I think it's going to cause a sudden collapse of a relationship. Now, look, Sag, it has to be said as well, if you're in a committed, loving relationship, then, one, you wouldn't need to look at a tarot reading about your love life anyway. But this particular reading is definitely not for you. Next to the Tower is the Eight of Wands. So this is a card that deals with communication. And it can be unexpected. It can come from a distance. It can come via social media, emails, text messages. It could very well be that after the collapse, after the breakdown, whomever this person is here is going to make contact. Next to the Ace of Cups, we have the Emperor. Now, the Emperor, he rules his empire. So he is powerful. He's very commanding. He's very wise. He can be domineering. He can be controlling. But he rules his empire. So, Sag, is the Emperor here because this is the person you've been in a relationship with? Have they been controlling and domineering? Do they try to rule you? Have they tried to rule you while you were in a relationship? Is the Emperor there because the Emperor may very well be an older person that can give you some good advice? That can often be the case with the Emperor. It can sometimes be a father figure whom we turn to. Is the Emperor there suggesting you need to take on these qualities of the Emperor? The Ace of Cups we've spoken about, a change in your emotions, but a positive change. Next to the Ace of Cups, which as I said is a new beginning in our emotions, we have the Fool. So with the Fool, we're right back to zero. The Fool is heading out, going on a journey, going down a brand new path. He doesn't know where it's going to lead, but it's there. So again, is that for you, Sag? Is that an opportunity now for you to go on this brand new journey, to start over again, to start a new chapter in your life? Down the bottom here, we do have a King of Cups. Now this is water energy, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Is that the person you've been in a relationship with, a possible water sign? Is it possible that you're going to meet somebody new who may very well be a water sign? Doesn't have to be, but maybe. Is the King of Cups here suggesting that this is going to be your energy, that you're going to take those qualities on? That you're going to be in charge of your emotions. You're going to have control on your emotions. The King of Cups is also intuitive. And next to the King of Cups, we do have the High Priestess. She's the keeper of secrets. And she asks us to pay attention to our intuition, that we have the answers within us, but we need to listen to our intuition. Next to the High Priestess is the Knight of Cups. So this knight comes in and he offers something heartfelt, feelings, emotions, a heartfelt offering. Is it possible, Sag, that after the breaking down of this relationship, that the person tries to come back and is maybe making a heartfelt offering, is apologizing, is asking for forgiveness, is telling you how much they love you. And the High Priestess, being right in the middle of this King of Cups and Knight of Cups, is telling you to listen to your intuition. Your card from the Psychic Tarot came out reverse. It is called Moving On, but as I said, it came out reverse. Now, when this happens in the Psychic Tarot, the message is still the same. It's in connection with moving on. But in the reverse, there's a struggle. It's going to take a bit longer, which is why I think it is possible that after the breaking down of a relationship due to somebody being dishonest, it is very possible that that other person is going to struggle to move on and is going to attempt to come back. Your card, your message, I should say, from the Little Destiny cards is birth. Now, birth could literally mean somebody giving birth. But I feel it's more talking about the birth of a new beginning. Like I said, with the Fool here. The thing is, Sag, you know, it's not going to be for everyone. Obviously, not all of you are dealing with somebody who's dishonest. Not all of you are going to go through this Tower moment. This may only be for one person here. To me, it's a very specific message. And, you know, for this dishonesty, with that Seven of Swords, you know, if you're dealing with somebody like that, then you kind of already know. Right, I'm going to remove these cards. Now, what I've noticed is that some of the other readings, we've had repeating cards. So that makes it more significant, the message, okay? You do have a repeating card. And the funny thing is, your repeating card, because we're now moving to the general reading, but your repeating card is actually on top of the same card. The Fool card, and underneath that, you've got the Fool. And you do have another repeating card, because you've got the Eight of Wands. You've got it down here, but in the love reading, you had it up there. So communication again. So with the general reading, as I said, it is general. It can be to do with your work, your family, your friendships, your finances, any area of your life. So in the center, you've got the Star. Now, the Star, it can definitely be wishes coming true. You know, that wish upon a star. But also, the Star card can be about healing. And the thing that I want you to keep in mind is that in the tarot, the Star comes after the Tower. And as we know, you've had the Tower in your last spread. So it could very well be there to suggest that some healing is going to need to take place. Now, up here, we have Judgment. Judgment can be making judgment. Are you judging somebody else? Are they judging you? It can be about needing to make a judgment call, listening to that final sound of the trumpet. But also Judgment can be about an awakening. An awakening within us, which gives us an opportunity. Next to it, we have the Knight of Pentacles, the slowest knight. He always reaches his destination, but he's very methodical, crosses all the T's, dots all the I's. The Knight of Pentacles can talk about an element of boredom in our lives. An element of routine that started to creep in. But also the Knight of Pentacles can deal with our finances or news concerning our job, a promotion, a pay rise. Maybe money that we've been waiting for, a loan. And it may be that we've been waiting some time to hear this news. But in the month of September, that news may come forward. Next to the Knight, we have the Five of Pentacles. Now, the Five of Pentacles, it can suggest loneliness. It can suggest feeling on the outside, looking in. It's very possible in our life sometimes that we can be surrounded by people and yet still feel this strong feeling of emptiness and loneliness. But the Five of Pentacles can touch on financial hardship. It's never permanent. It's not really serious. But nonetheless, going through, as I said, this time of financial constraints. And it may be in connection with the fact that we've been waiting for money to come through, or waiting for a pay rise or something along those lines, and it's taking its time. What is fabulous though is you have the Sun card. Now, the Sun is the most positive card in the tarot. It energizes us. It rejuvenates us. The Sun can heal things. We always feel better when the sun's shining. We may have, the world on our shoulders, but if it's a beautiful sunny day, we somehow feel a little bit lifted. But the Sun also gives us clarity. It helps us to see things more clearly. As I said with Judgment, an awakening, seeing something more clearly, a better understanding. Yes, we have the repeating card here of the Fool. So again, going down a brand new path. Maybe that's where this awakening is. That maybe if this is to do with work, as example, it may be time to move on. With this Knight of Pentacles, it may be again that, as I said, we've been waiting on a promotion. Or maybe we have been waiting for a job. Maybe we've been unemployed. And then after a time of being unemployed, thinking we'll never get a job, then, out of the blue, we get an offer coming through. I love the Fool card, because with the Fool card, there's hope. There's a new beginning. There's potential there. The other repeating card is the Eight of Wands, which, as I said, is communication. Communication coming through, sometimes unexpected. Next to it is the Ten of Cups. Now, while the 10 does talk about, the ending of a cycle, with the Ten of Cups, we're not, or the tens I should say, we're not at the end of that cycle yet. But the Ten of Cups is emotional fulfillment and contentment. So, it suggests to me, Sag, that on an emotional level, you're not emotionally miserable, unhappy. There is contentment and fulfillment in your life. Next to the Ten of Cups, the Magician. Now, the Magician, let me just jump back to the Ten of Cups. Because while that can talk about now, it could also touch on the fact, that Ten of Cups, that, it may be that is what you are aspiring to have in your life. That is your goal, that is your aim. To be that content. To feel that amount of emotional pleasure. As I said, next to the Ten of Cups is the Magician. So this is number 1 after the Fool. So what is it you want to manifest, Sagittarius? You've got all the tools, all the ingredients in front of you. Maybe that's going to be your awakening. To realize that you can go down a brand new path. That you do have everything that you need in front of you to bring about maybe financial stability, emotional contentment. It's an interesting reading, Sag. It really is. And in this 9 cards, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, you've got 5. So you've got more than half of this spread is majors. So an important month there, Sag, for you. Judgment, is an important card. Well, they're all important. But the Fool, the Magician, new beginnings, awakenings, feeling energized, seeing things more clearly, maybe wishes coming true. It's going to be a good month. Yes, the love aspect. But you know what? If you've been dealing with somebody that is controlling, that is very domineering, somebody that has been very dishonest, then isn't it better that comes crashing down rather than you continuing in a relationship where you're dealing with somebody like that? Okay, that is your reading. Thank you so much for watching and take care. Bye.